Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Tony,
And I'm John.
and this is the Game Misconduct podcast, episode number 35.
Yeah.
Even though we did this yesterday
Mm-hmm.
and just totally screwed up.
That's okay.
It's okay. No, we're back. We're doing some E3 coverage for the Microsoft conference. Is Alexander about to walk upstairs right now?
I don't think
Oh,
so.
I saw you do. We're gonna have a interruption slash special appearance by
Yeah.
Alexandra. We also have Elizabeth in the house. You want to say hello to everybody?
Hi.
Yes, you can hear her. She is going to be manning the comments. So if you are in the live stream right now and you have something you
Leave
want
me
to
a
ask us
comment.
/ say, she will let us know, and she will respond too.
Danny
Yeah, she
Ferris
will.
says hello.
Who does it?
Danny Ferris.
Oh, hey, what's up, Danny?
Danny? How you
Danny is one of our #1 fans. He shouts at us on Twitter all the
Yes, he
time.
does.
So we're happy to have you here. He's coming. You're in England, correct? You can tell us at any point during the stream, but I believe he's from England because he commented that the cereal over there is very underwhelming.
Correct.
So, but anyways, we are here covering E3 2017, and
Yep.
today is the day that the Lord has made.
He says, yep.
Yes.
It's a day that Phil Spencer's made.
Phil Spencer over at Microsoft decided that today is the conference
Yep.
because normally we do it on Monday, but why not do it on Sunday so we can all get excited?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is exciting. Danny says it's 9:30 p.m. right now.
Oh,
where he's
my
So
goodness.
that means Bethesda.
Oh
Bethesda
man,
is
you
what?
gonna be here for the Bethesda conference? Because that's at 11 o'clock our time. Yeah, just let us know because that's gonna be late.
Be
Yeah.
up all night.
Well, you know, by that point, it might
might
even
be
it might be
morning.
morning time. You
Well,
might
I
get up
don't know.
early. Man, that's the conference I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to. Actually, just kidding. I'm looking forward to this one too. But we did say yesterday for you audio listeners that we are doing this a little bit differently. We're going to cut out our discussions pre and post and compile it all as one audio podcast. So it'll be a little bit different in terms of even video.
Right.
But yesterday was a little bit technically bad because I did not capture it right. But today I have.
Yeah.
It's going through the camera that I'm looking at right now, not you people over on the beautiful YouTube stream. But we should be good to go.
Yeah.
But I'm going to let John take it away because he's got a lot of notes before this conference starts. We do have it up in the background. We will transition over when it is that time. But yeah, Johnny, take it away, baby.
All right. I'm gonna start off with what they did last year.
Okay.
E3. Xbox revealed their Xbox One S. That was
They
the first
sure
time that
did.
we got to look at that fancy looking machine.
And I totally said I wasn't going to buy one, and then I did.
Yeah. So
Per usual.
they described it as it's going to be a step up from the original Xbox One that came out in 2013. And then they also said, hey, we've got another project coming up. It's going to be more powerful than anything we've done before.
Yes, sir.
And we're going to show it to you, but not today. So they
Not today.
just kind of gave it to you that be on the lookout for this.
They did like an EA Battlefront teaser,
Yeah.
you know, where they're like, we're making a game,
We're
but it's
making
not
this,
made yet.
but it's not ready.
Yeah, so.
So they showed us some trailers for Gears of War 4, Halo Wars 2, Inside, Tekken 7, Killer Instinct, Recore, Scalebound.
Recore wasn't out at that time? I don't think it was a budget title at that time either.
Probably not.
Interesting.
Scalebound, which has been canceled,
Kinda canceled.
which has also kind of been brought back.
We might see that today.
You never know. Sea of
might.
Thieves, they announced that last year. They gave us Dead Rising 4, State of Decay 2,
I forgot about all this stuff.
Forza Horizon 3. Then they
Forza.
introduced,
My God, what was that?
I don't know,
I think that was Brandon's computer.
but they introduced.
no, that was the streaming computer. Dear
it?
Lord,
that was loud.
that was. Oh, there it goes. Oh, that's in our headset.
Is it? Oh,
But it is actually coming through
you're
the stream.
You're not online anymore. You're not streaming anymore.
Oh, really?
It's off. Oh, you're back.
Are we back?
Yeah, it says resumed.
Oh, okay, cool. Doesn't matter. We're still recording
Yeah.
on the camera. But
so
thank you. though.
those were the games
We're
that they
good.
showed. They gave us the Xbox Play Anywhere. You can play cross-platforming with your computer on Windows 10.
Which was a
and
cool
play
addition.
on your Xbox.
It was kind of like PlayStation's whole PS Vita, PS3, PS4 thing they did there for a while.
And then they had their Xbox Design Lab, which was the creation of the controllers. You could custom make your
Yes.
controllers, which I thought that was
Custom
really awesome.
controllers. Liz is over there shaking. She loved that.
Yeah.
She made a lot of those. What's your
Yeah.
color, Liz?
Turquoise
Turquoise.
with purple buttons.
I wish I had a girls cam because when
She was
Alexander
she
sits
was
down,
so happy over there.
I wish I could like cue to the girls cam. Also, for you streamers at home, I got Scorpion out front and center because today is Xbox Scorpio. In case you're wondering, I'm being a little punny. I don't really care. But continue.
Yeah. So that's everything that they did last year. They showed us a little bit of things. more geared towards the future when they're dropping Scorpio. But just this is things that we'll probably see today. Obviously, we're going to see the Scorpio.
We have to see Scorpio today.
We've seen the specs. We've seen all this other hype. Got to see it today.
Yep. And you at home, please have your Amazon pages pulled up right now if you're wanting to get a Scorpio after this conference.
Mine's up right now.
Mine is there. Mine is totes there. Oh, what, do you got a good comment over there?
Well, Danny says that you can't do a design labs in the UK.
Are
It's
you
a US
serious?
only
Wow.
Microsoft, get your act
Danny,
together.
we're gonna you tell us what kind of control you want. We'll get you one.
We'll ship you one, Danny. You tell us the colors, and then we'll send it. Just give us your address and the money. You'll probably have to PayPal us. I'm not that rich. Those things are expensive. They're like $80.
They are, but they look nice.
They are nice.
We'll probably see Crackdown 3 today.
Oh God, Crackdown! I just blew out the mic a little bit there, but yes,
It's okay.
Crackdown is one of those I've been waiting for some time.
Crackdown. Obviously, we'll see Sea of Thieves.
Sea of Thieves looks interesting. Do you think it's going to be like Destiny for pirates?
I don't know.
I have a feeling it's going to be like that.
Yeah, it might be like an open world Fable kind of game. That's what I'm thinking. I don't. Yeah. So yeah.
I've only followed it since the announced, like that was the only thing I've seen, but I've not seen anything since, so I'd be curious to see if they put that up on the screen today, how ambitious that game is.
Yeah,
because Rare hasn't done anything in years.
But they are I mean that's heavily into their game that they're pushing out is
Sea of Thieves.
Yeah.
I mean, if it comes out and it's like Destiny with pirates, that sounds like fun. I mean, I'm down. Would you be down, Liz?
Yeah.
You like pirates?
Yeah.
Yeah, she likes pirates.
So also we had Forza Horizon 3 last year. So if we're skipping,
I forgot about that.
We're going through the
So
next.
we're going Forza 7?
Forza 7, correct.
Damn. Do you think they'll rebrand it? Something completely different?
I don't know.
You don't know?
We'll see something along
Just
the
call it
lines of
Forza
that.
Motorsport again?
Could be.
Just like they call it the Xbox One.
You never know. Once you get up into 7s and 8s,
yeah.
Unless you're Final Fantasy, you really can't do it.
You're right.
They'll probably show some of the. This is what we forgot about yesterday. ID at Xbox.
Yes, that was the name of it.
That's their
the stream that you're probably not seeing, podcast listeners. We
talked about it yesterday. EA's doing a program where they are kind of bringing smaller developers up into like the big time by publishing them through EA.
Okay.
Xbox is doing the same thing. I believe they started it first. I don't remember if they did, but could be. So theirs is ID at Xbox. Couple games below, which we've seen nothing about for 2 years.
And that's the one they actually suspended development on that, and that's the reason that Landon actually bought an Xbox, was because you got Alexander here right now. We're about to have a special appearance. The second of the lady.
Yep.
The Lady Brigade is about to be up here.
Lady Brigade.
The Lady Corner. The Lady Corner Brigade. Is she downstairs right now?
I think she is.
You can come on up, Alexandra. Okay. We got you all set up.
Why are you making fun of us?
I'm not making fun.
We're
of
not.
you. It just sounded funny because it was so far away. I could just barely hear it through my microphone.
Don't fall.
Oh, the kitty. We have a kitty gate down there because I have cats and they jump up here and they like to play with the wires, which we can't have during a live stream.
Nope.
Don't want to disconnect.
Don't want to.
That would be bad.
It would be.
That'd be horrible. But yes,
Danny would be sad.
I don't know what the deal is with my monitor right now, but it's like flickering and stuff. It's kind of scary.
Yeah.
Worst case, I can just throw it over one of these.
There is
Hopefully.
paranormal activity up here.
I know that is true. Did you see that ghost bubble?
Oh, I did.
That I sent to the group. We had a Let's Play, Danny, where I had something float across the screen, and I said, "Was that a ghost bubble, or was that just a cat hair?" And I think it was just a cat hair. But no, we can believe there's a ghost in the attic. It was open. Remember?
It was open.
We came up here 2 weekends ago, Liz, and the attic door was just wide open.
I don't like that.
I don't know how it was open because that door
That's
is
how the
super
ghosts
hard
get
to open.
in.
Like it's
Could've
right
been a
here. It's
troll.
where the
Oh,
hey, what's up,
no.
Alexandra? It's where the poster is, right over here.
Yep.
If you're listening at home on audio, you don't know where I'm pointing, but it's behind me. And it's so hot up here. And that's when that was last week's podcast, wasn't it? Because we had the fan next to us, and I said you're gonna have to ignore the fan.
It was.
Alexandra, you are sharing a microphone with Liz, but don't worry, you can just talk normally.
We turned the gain up, don't worry.
I turned the gain up.
I learned what that means.
And Liz is like,
today.
"What's gain? I don't even know what that is." But
when
anyways,
you-
you can
when you
continue.
bench press a lot.
Yeah, you get them gains. Remember those? Hashtag benchmarks.
With a Z on the end.
Oh, look at her. She
Telling
brought
you.
the goods.
Telling you, man.
Sustenance.
Oh, man, I feel like I'm a professional, over here streaming E3 and stuff. So, yeah, okay, thank you.
You are
There
the
you go,
best.
sir. But yeah, you want to continue with your discussion?
ID Xbox is also in charge of the putting out State of Decay 2.
Oh, I forgot about that.
So we'll probably
That's
see some
gonna
more
be
about
that's
that.
gonna possibly have multiplayer. Or they know? Or has it been confirmed that it's having multiplayer?
I think it has.
Okay.
Correct me if I'm wrong,
Yeah.
but then we might see Cuphead.
Cuphead. We've been
s-
seeing Cuphead since
we've
2013.
We've seen a little bit of Cuphead.
Cuphead's awesome. Cuphead looks like classic Disney movies. It's like a hand-drawn video game, but platformer, side-scrolling. It's really cool.
Sounds like it would be exactly up my alley.
Yeah,
Like
you two would love it.
1930s Disney.
Yeah, 1930s, like
that's
flickering.
cool.
Yeah.
But it's not come out for 4 or 5 years. It's been
Who knows?
in
It probably
development hell.
may
I think it's because they
never
have to
come out.
draw every
Danny
frame.
says State of Decay 2 is 4-player multiplayer.
Oh, there you go. So now that's what that first game
Yep.
needed. Because that
He
first
knows.
game was cool. It just kind of was like, I don't want to play by myself. It was a zombie survival map.
I don't
type
want to be
thing.
alone.
No, nobody wants to be alone.
No, you don't. Just continuing. This kind of last thing I've just found that they're gonna probably show today. Warner Brothers said that they are gonna show a game. They didn't say which game.
At the conference?
Yeah, but I'm guessing
Ooh.
they're gonna use it. They're gonna show it on Scorpio Engine.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a feeling it's probably gonna be Shadow of War.
Oh, well, damn. I thought it was going to be something new.
Think they'll do anything new, but you never know.
Damn it. I thought it was going to be like a Superman game.
And then after that, it's pretty much just your guess. They said that Halo will be there. Halo 6 won't be there.
But some sort
But
of Halo will be there.
You never know.
Okay.
Could be Halo Reach remaster.
That would be great. It
They
hasn't been
could-
10 years, though. You got to wait for the 10-year anniversary for most of these things.
Yeah, I guess so.
I really
Sometimes
like
you
this, by the way. Our angle is I look to my right, and they're just both staring at us. They're just like,
don't. Yeah, it is pretty
I'm
fun.
fangirling.
yeah, they're like, oh, my goodness, they're streaming like champions over there.
It's also a third Tomb Raider.
Oh, yes, really? Has that been confirmed?
Mhm.
Oh, my God.
Might see that here.
Tomb Raider.
Other than
That's
that,
my game.
who knows? We have no idea. It's pretty much just Scorpio and
Yeah, this has been the
A
big
handful of
mystery
games.
coming into this conference because Scorpio was supposed to be announced like 3 weeks ago, and now it hasn't. So he's like, I'm going to announce Scorpio, and then E3 is going to be all about the games. So now, what is it going to be about the Scorpio and the games, or is it just going to be games, no Scorpio?
don't know. That was the big thing, like we said earlier. Phil Spencer came out and said that they were going to do E3 just with games, and they were going to show Scorpio before, and he kind of went back on that, and he was
Apparently.
like, we're just going to show Scorpio at E3. So I don't know.
Is this going to be like a 3-hour conference, or is it going to be like EA yesterday, 1 hour and 30 minutes of Star Wars?
I don't know. You know,
That was horrible. Danny, did you watch the EA conference? Because I did not like that conference at all. Let us know in the comments.
it had some okay aspects, but overall it was not a good one to start off with.
Yeah.
The whole the guy that called the other guy Nick, and his name was Marshall or something.
that was the most awkward thing I've ever seen in my
really
life.
bad.
He goes, I'm going to hand over to you.
It was so bad.
I have to interrupt you to say Alan commented.
Uh-oh,
and
what did
said,
Alan say?
They're in spirit. Where are you, Alan?
Yeah, where are you, Alan?
What are
That's
you
the
doing?
question. What are you doing,
Where are you, Alan?
Alan? I'm going to wear your sunglasses on this set, and you won't ever be able to wear them again.
Danny says EA was. He said I did watch it. It was ...
Yeah, that's true.
That's other than Star Wars.
There was
and,
zero Star Wars. There was just Battlefront, which was already like
Yeah.
announced, and it looked like the same, just with droidicas and clone troopers.
I'll take it.
I mean, I'll take it, but show me your other 2 games that you have in development.
Need for Speed looked okay.
Yeah, but it's Need for Speed. It's not like I'm like chomping on the bit to play it.
Okay.
I mean, it looked great, but
Anthem we'll see today though.
oh yeah, we
I
will
forgot
see
about that
Anthem.
one.
The gameplay reveal.
Yep, of Anthem. Anthem is BioWare's IP,
Yep.
their new IP, and I think it might be their version of Destiny. They did say that they wanted to put in something to kind of combat Destiny in terms of.
Everybody wants a Destiny
Yeah.
right now.
So
I don't know how they make money off Destiny other than just DLC packs, but everybody wants
people
one.
buy those dancey emotes and they dance around.
That's right. I want to be able to
Can do
do the
dances.
Gangnam style
Yep.
in front of my friends.
If you pay $30, you can
I already
do it,
tried
have
that.
a dance party.
I already tried that in front of you in real life, and it didn't work too well.
I forgot about that.
I was sober enough for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was-
out of 10. How was our Gangnam style?
4.
4. Alexandra.
bump that
That's
up a little
generous.
bit.
I'm
Oh!
a generous person. What can I say?
Wow.
Jeez.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Xbox just tweeted,
What's up?
ready for some awesome announcements. Join us live now.
I'm kind of scared because the conference over here on my screen has not given me a countdown or anything.
Yeah.
So let's take a look.
To be honest, though, a lot of higher ups that I follow on Twitter from Xbox, they're excited about this. So maybe we'll see some kind of killer game come out, something to combat Forza Horizon Zero Dawn. Xbox way.
What's going on over there, ladies?
Alan's saying that he has another pair of shades that he might debut.
Oh no. Okay. Alan, you do what you want, buddy. We love your shades. And so this is what I have up on the screen right now from the conference. This is live on my screen. Nothing really happening. No countdown, no nothing. I think yesterday EA had like a whole 30-minute timer. So I hope we're not getting a delay here. And in case you speak, is that
Spanish.
Spanish? Okay. Are you sure?
That
Yeah.
might be Spanish.
Because I think the other one was French. They got a little bit of everything.
Let's see.
Because it was Le Conference. Can you guys tell? That one's La Conference. I don't know. I don't speak foreign languages, unfortunately.
Could be some Brazilian, Italian.
Yeah, could be something. But if, in case they got you covered. They got you covered.
Brazilian's not a language.
Brazilian is so alike.
Portuguese, my bad.
In case you speak Canadian.
We both just look at each other like.
If you speak American.
Yeah, they got the Americans
Or
covered.
Mexican.
But yeah, no, I'm excited for this conference. I'm hoping we're going to see some pretty cool stuff.
Do you think they're going to start it off with Scorpio? I feel like they have to.
Yeah, you'd have to before you start showing your games if you're going to start, because like you said that Warner Brothers is going to do there in 4K. What if they're just going to be like, hey, kind of like they did back with the PlayStation 4. What if they're like, Xbox Scorpio comes out on this date and it's this much money and all the games can be played on it. Here you go. Everything's in 4K. I mean, is that really all you need to do? And just show the rest of the games? Because we already had that article that came out and told you everything about it, all the specs, so they don't need to really define the specs that much, and then they can just be like, it plays games in native 4K.
Right.
And that's all guys and girls want in terms of gamers on their console.
Had another comment from Lando Nalrisian.
Oh.
Sorry if I butchered your name. I'm not good at reading names.
That's Landon.
Oh. Why is the picture so weird?
Because he's wearing the Kylo Ren helmet.
Oh, whatever.
Nalrisian, like Lando Calrissian
said-
from Star Wars.
He said, what did he say? Something about the camera is terrible with the focus breathing, but still looking good.
Oh, thanks, Landon. Yeah, it's
What
on
is focus
autofocus.
breathing?
It's on autofocus. It's just the way that the Logitech camera works. I took it off, but I was worried. Like when we started moving around a bunch, it went out of focus. So I'm just leaving the autofocus on.
Do we want
Sorry,
to?
Landon.
You want to talk about the leak?
I guess what I can do is just take down the Corvo mask, because Corvo mask just really moves a lot.
He had his place on the table, but not today.
He does not have. What did you want to talk about?
You want to talk about the leak that happened this morning?
Yeah, what was the leak?
I think it was Jeff Keighley came out and said that
Ooh.
if nothing changes today, Xbox Scorpio will be $499.
What do we think about that? Are you okay with that price?
I'm okay with it. I'm just glad it's not like $700.
I was talking to John a little bit downstairs when we were getting this thing ready to talk about, and I took a bold prediction and said that I think at $499 it comes with an Xbox Elite controller.
It needs to.
If it comes with an Xbox Elite controller, people will flock to this thing, because he's already said that it's an Elite console. It's for
Right.
true gamers. It's for people that want it. There's going to be a difference between the S and the Scorpio if you're wanting to buy an Xbox, and that
Correct.
would be a great reason. You're going to be a great gamer. You need an Elite controller. So
You need the 4K
you need the 4K.
and then buy a 4K TV.
So are you going up on a 4K TV and a Scorpio?
I don't know.
Oh,
getting the eyes from the
wife's in the
wife.
house. So
I don't know.
Are you getting a new TV, Alexandra?
That's a no.
Oh,
Sorry, babe.
we'll find. We'll
You
discuss
can-
that
You
at a later
never know.
point.
You
We'll
can
discuss
play
this
on
after
our
the
TV.
conference.
You never know.
You can
Yeah.
come play on our TV.
You never
No,
know.
because I'll be playing on my Scorpio.
Oh.
Just kidding, John. You can come over and look at
Because
it.
you never know. Santa Claus might come to town a little
Oh.
early this year.
I mean, if you're wanting to just go all out.
Do you have a sugar daddy I don't know about?
Me.
It's me. It's me.
No,
We'll talk about it afterward.
It's
Actually, it's
Alan.
Alan. That's why he's wearing those shades around us. He's the pimp.
Yeah.
He's the pimp. Love you, Alan.
I don't even remember what I was gonna say. There was
because
something.
Alan as a pimp just kind of.
They did confirm that it's no longer Project Scorpio. It will be probably. Well, they didn't confirm it, but they leaked it.
It's just gonna be Scorpio.
It'll be Xbox Scorpio. So
I mean, why not?
There's no Xbox One, 2, Xbox 720, Xbox
What was the Nintendo called before?
NX.
The NX, and I kept calling it the NX for so long, and they're like, dude, it's a Switch. So
Yeah.
why change the name if you're gonna come out with something first? I know there's code names.
Code names, you don't know what it is.
A code name should not be told to people, then, in my opinion, right? If you're gonna tell me a code name, it's not a secret code or anything. It's just what it is.
It's a good way to divert the attention because then you'll just be like, oh, it was Scorpio the whole time.
Yeah. we
So,
tried to think
you
of,
never
that's going to
know.
be their conference. We tried to think of a great name and couldn't. So this is what you get.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think Scorpio's a good name.
I think it's aggressive. I think it's great. I think if I'm getting a dope ass console, it better sound better than like Pro. I'm Pro now.
PS Pro.
PS4 Pro. I'm sorry, PlayStation fans.
I just don't
We
know.
have a PlayStation fan in the house. She's waving her arms
I
over
just
there.
don't know
Hey.
why there's not a 4K, or I'm sorry, a Blu-ray
Yeah.
equivalent of a Blu-ray player.
Oh, that's because it's $400. It's a little
Is
bit
that
cheaper.
why the
That's why the
that's why
Scorpio's a little bit
Scorpio's
more.
$100 more?
It's got the 4K Blu-ray in there.
But honestly, though, I mean, for what they're giving you, they can't make it too high up above
No.
PlayStation to kind of compete with them because PlayStation also launched, or they also said that they're going to drop their price on theirs by $500. They
Yep.
dropped the S price by $50, not $500.
Isn't it like it's $200 this weekend?
Mm-hmm.
That's a cheap console.
It is.
Sorry, I'm trying to get over to Twitter right now to see if there's any updates from Xbox, just because we don't have a countdown still, and there's 5 minutes to go. So I figured they'd come across the screen at some point. Watch the Xbox press briefing today at 2 p.m. Pacific. Maybe. Do I need to go over to Microsoft side?
Oh, no, I think we're good here.
You think we're good? Okay. And we're back. Here we are at the end of the Xbox conference. That was exciting.
It was very exciting.
Are you excited right now?
I am.
What about you, ladies? Did you enjoy that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was awesome.
The girls were monitoring the stream the whole time, so you were talking to them if you were in the chat.
Mhm.
But we're going to do a quick breakdown of everything we saw. Comment on each thing, and girls, feel free to jump in if you want to talk at any point. Now, I will say, if you're over there talking, since we are doing the podcast portion, you just lean in a little closer. Uh-oh.
Sorry.
We have technical difficulty. Just hit mute on the thing. Yeah, there you go.
I did hit mute, and then when I unplugged it, the sound came.
It's okay. That's all right. Just like I said, just lean in whenever you want to talk. But
Okay.
why don't you take it away, Johnny,
Okay.
and go down that conference, because that was a doozy.
I did not write down everything
Yeah.
because there was too much to write down. That was 42 games, I believe.
Yeah.
There were parts in it where.
And it started a lot like what I thought it
yeah.
would. The biggest surprise from the start was the fact that there's a new Metro game coming out.
Correct.
Holy hell, I'm excited about that game. Looked a little frightening.
It does.
Um,
We got it's called Metro Exodus.
Yes.
And it looks like it's going to be open world.
holy crap. I cannot wait.
Believed.
I cannot wait for that game, because Last Light was really well done, and that looks like it's just on another level if you're in the open worldness. And then what else was after that? Was that Assassin's Creed right after that?
Assassin's Creed.
Oh my god, Assassin's Creed.
Assassin's Creed Origins.
Egypt. I didn't think I'd be excited for one again.
Confirming the leaks that have happened throughout
Yeah.
like 3
Oh,
weeks
yeah.
from now.
I thought it was kind of odd that they did that at the Microsoft thing instead of their own conference.
Yeah, I think they wanted to show it on that engine. I think a lot of people that we saw that usually don't show up on Xbox just wanted to show it on that system and
Yeah. So you can see the great
show
graphics.
what show what it looks like.
Yeah. What else did you see?
Forza 7 was on there.
Yeah, that's what they
We're-
technically started
we're
with,
just,
wasn't it? Yeah, they spent way too long
Looks
on that.
great, but meh.
It's Forza. It is
Yeah.
what it is. It's a tech demo.
Then we got a little bit of the State of Decay 2.
Yeah, they didn't really
um,
go into that in too much detail. They
not
just kind of
too
showed a
much.
lot of the same.
Kinda showed
Not
you
that
a
that's a
little
bad
bit.
thing. I thought that was
Gave us a release window, 2018.
yeah.
Then this started our big long list of launch exclusives.
Oh god, there were
First
so
one
many.
was Deep Rock Galactic.
Interesting.
I liked the tagline. What was it? It was something darkness
dwarves. Yes.
It was really funny.
Yeah, that game looked cool.
yeah.
I didn't know. I don't know what they're trying to do with it. It's like Minecraft. I know Alan was all about it when it was coming through. So it's like mining into the earth and killing a lot of creatures, which is always fun.
Correct. So that was one of their first ones. Then they showed the Darwin Project.
Interesting
They
game.
had the esports announcer come out.
Yeah.
Kind of give you a rundown. So that's
Which it looked a lot like PlayerUnknown Battleground, but a little smaller scale.
Yeah.
Because it was like last man standing.
Yeah. So that was pretty interesting. Big thing that I thought, even though I'm totally not a Minecraft person, the crossover.
Yes. The crossover was huge. The fact that you can bring over Switch players.
Switch players, PC players, other console players.
They left out the PlayStation.
Didn't see PlayStation there.
But you never know.
And then the 4K update to
Those graphics look cool. I like that filter. I like the way that the lighting looks. That game needed that. I mean, it's kind of campy graphics as is, but it's nice to see an update to it.
We went through. Also, they started showing some more of their launch titles for Xbox One X.
Yes.
Black Desert.
Which one was Black Desert?
Honestly, I don't remember.
There were so many games.
I wrote it
Like,
down, and
flew
some of these I
through 'em.
forget. The Last Night, which that was the real artsy.
That one looked beautiful.
Yeah, it did. It's really good.
Yeah.
I
I can't remember
There
that
were
one for
so
some reason
many.
right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it kind of looked like he was in a city, kind of walking past people.
The neon
Oh, that's
lights.
right. Yeah,
Blade
kind of like the
Runner-
Blade Runner
Blade
feel.
Runner,
Yeah,
yes.
that game
Oh,
did look
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
I like that
Had
game.
had a lot of the neon lights, things
Yeah.
like that. Looks really nice. Then after that was Artful Escape. A little
Yeah.
confused on that. Just and he's
Yeah, that
floating
was
around.
awesome. It'll release when it's damn ready. Is that what
Yeah,
it said?
yeah.
Now we didn't touch it. This had already been announced, but we are getting PlayerUnknown Battleground, which a lot of people in the chat were excited about.
Yeah.
That's a big game. That's a PC game coming to the Xbox. So
Exclusive.
that was fun. Exclusive to the Xbox. Yep. What else you got?
They showed Sea of Thieves.
I think they spent a way too much time on Sea of Thieves
Yeah.
because that game does not look that exciting.
Yeah.
Sorry if you're a Sea of Thieves fan. I'll have to see more because the combat just. And they didn't even show you what you get from all the chests. Did you notice that? They just kept just bringing chests
Just put
in.
it on the ship and then
Yeah, I'm like, that looks cool right there. Let's just keep. So I gotta see more from Sea of Thieves, even though it's been like 5 years in the making.
And they had the game Ashen. That was
That game looked cool.
it's got the two people going around. In
Yeah,
the,
with no faces.
Yeah,
and
no
it was like Dark
faces.
Souls. Looked like a little co-op Dark Souls
little
action.
ghost girl goes past, and they fight that big thing at the end, and
It was
crushes them.
super horrifying, and I want it right now.
Then there was another launch exclusive, Tacoma.
Yeah, Tacoma. They've been talking about that for a little while now. It looks
So
interesting.
Their ID Xbox.
There's a
game.
lot of ID games launching,
Mhm.
so that's not a bad thing. I think it's great to get the indies in there.
We got Super Lucky's Tale, which I guess we
Yay! Let's hear it from the ladies in the corner.
thought was,
Yeah.
we thought
So
was Bubsy,
cute.
but it's not
Adorable.
Bubsy.
It's not Bubsy. It's a really fun looking platformer. The environments remind me of Jack and Daxter, like the original Precursor Legacy. And it just looks super fun, like a little Banjo-Kazooie-esque. So I want it.
I liked it. We also got a final release date for Cuphead,
Cuphead is coming out.
September 29th.
That game looks fun.
That
What
one
did you
I'm
think of
excited.
Cuphead? They hadn't seen Cuphead.
I thought the artwork was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was super
it
cool.
got me for sure. I've never seen anything like that.
Yeah.
Sold. Want to play.
Yeah.
Want to play? We're gonna get it.
Definitely,
Do some Let's Plays.
we will. Then they had the hilarious Terry Crews. come
Yes,
out
he's coming to Crackdown.
and do his Crackdown live action. Then they showed us a little bit of the gameplay.
Yep.
That'll come out September the 7th.
Yeah, that's a game that a lot of people have been waiting for because like they threw Crackdown 2 out.
Actually, hold on. I think I gave you the wrong date.
It's November 7th.
That's what I thought. I wrote
Yeah,
September.
yeah, it comes out the same day as the Scorpio or X. Sorry, I'm already doing it. X gonna give it to you.
It's not a Scorpion.
X is gonna give it to you. You see, they went and did the same thing. Like I said at the beginning in
Yep.
the pre-show, Switch decided to stray away from the NX name, and I kept calling it NX for that entire podcast we did. So,
Yeah.
but Xbox One X because
Um,
Xbox One S X sound about the same.
Yeah.
A little redundant.
Yeah. But
Is that all you had there? or-
no, we got Ori and Will of the Wisps.
Yes, that looked cool.
Which the Ori art style was always just amazing.
I need to play Blind Forest because that was a fun looking game.
Yeah, it was a
Little side scroller.
And then before we get into the last part of the game, the last part of the things that we saw during the conference they did, Phil Spencer came out and was like, yeah, we have a lot of people playing on our backwards compatible 360 games.
Yes.
Let's just have some OG Xbox games.
Man, that is cool. And he dropped the biggest one that we wanted was Crimson Skies. There's so many cool original Xbox games I want to go back and play.
Like Shrek.
Like Shrek. Shrek 2.
One of the 2 games I had.
That was
Awesome.
Harry Potter Chamber of Secrets.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
We
had that
have a top 10 Xbox list that we did. You should go check it out. We all gave our top 3. I don't even remember what my top 3 were, to tell you the truth. I know Halo was, obviously. Knights of the Old Republic.
Halo 2.
Knights of the Old Republic's going to be the biggest one if they bring that over. Jeez.
It'll be
So,
good. And then they finished off with Anthem, which that game looks
oh my God.
insane.
That was so surprising. I remember yesterday when we were watching EA's conference, I was like, oh, Anthem, whatever. It's BioWare, but man, they're doing something different over there. I know it's got the Destiny thing, and it's real easy to hype the whole, collaborative experience with your friend. But I thought it looked really cool.
Yeah.
And did you think so too?
I did. I think that was probably my favorite thing I saw from the conference was Anthem.
You want to go ahead and
do
list?
like a top?
Yeah, the top 3 games that you saw. You want to go first?
Okay, sure.
We'll get the ladies too.
Just because if you ever watch anything that we post, we always make fun of Assassin's Creed 4.
Oh my God.
Assassin's
Do
Creed
top 5.
Unity.
Let's do top 5
Okay.
because there's so
All
many
right,
games
all
I
right,
like.
We'll do top 5. These are in no order. I'm just going to list
Oh,
mine.
no fun. No fun. That's okay.
That's
but
really putting him on the spot.
I know.
AC Origins looks great.
Looks really
The
good.
engine looks awesome. The combat, I don't know.
Yeah.
I wanna
Need an
play it now.
overhaul, and it got it.
Yeah. So that's one of the ones I was excited about. I'm excited about the Ori game. I haven't finished Ori Blind Forest, but I'm pretty far into it. Just need to go back and play it. Then I'm gonna give. Oh shoot! I don't even know.
There's so many good
I'm
games.
gonna give Last Night.
Yeah, last night's
top 5.
deserves a shout because that game looks really
I
cool.
like that.
I need to see more though.
Metro Exodus, and then
Mhm.
Anthem.
Okay, I can get down with that. I'm gonna say number 5 is Assassin's Creed for me.
Okay.
I want to give a shout out to Crackdown. I'm not super excited about it, but it's not on my list here. It's just a shout out.
Yeah.
I will be excited to play that game. So number 5 is Assassin's Creed, and number 4, I'm gonna give that one to that last night game. I think that game looked really cool. Actually, hold up, I'm gonna take that off
Okay.
because I got a lot of games and I like down there.
Okay.
It's in the list. It's an honorable mention. Okay, number 4 is what's that Tales game? That platform? What is that? What it's called?
Super Lucky's Tale.
Super Lucky's Tales. Number 4. Number 3 is Metro.
Okay.
Metro looks really, really cool. Number 2 is Anthem. Believe it or not,
Okay.
I'm actually super excited for it. Number 1's that Ashen game.
Okay.
That game struck a chord with
No
me.
Cuphead?
Well, Cuphead's one of those that I've been seeing for years.
That's Landon's top 3.
Yeah, Cuphead looks really good. I want Cuphead really bad, but that Ashen game just looks so different. And I'm really excited to try it. What did you think, ladies? Who wants to go first? It doesn't have to be in any order.
We just looked at each other and
You wanna do
decided
3?
that we
I
don't.
can come up with 3.
Do 3.
No particular order.
No particular order, and if you don't know the names, you can let
Okay.
us.
I'm very, very excited about Cuphead.
Yes.
Same. I think we're gonna have the same.
Yeah,
And
okay.
The Last Night, like I said before,
Last Night was cool.
the art really got me. And then I said this, but I've been waiting for Egyptian Assassin's Creed
Yeah.
since 2010.
Assassin's Creed.
I'm pretty much used to be obsessed with like ancient Egypt history, so I'm really
Prince of
excited
Egypt
about
stuff.
This. Yes.
So were those 2 you like, or you want to add 2 more?
Super Lucky's Tale.
Super Lucky's
I mean,
Tale.
come on. You know, I
Oh,
love all
yeah.
things
It
little
looks
kid
so
stuff.
good. Yeah, that is probably one of the biggest surprises of the show. I did not expect to see a game like that coming from Microsoft.
Yeah.
It's
So
gonna be awesome.
it's gonna be
I
great.
love little kid stuff.
It's gonna be
so.
wonderful. Let's unpack the conference. Just give our impression of it, and then we'll wrap this up. What we thought they did well and what they didn't do well. You want me to go first, or you?
Sure. Go ahead.
I'm gonna say Microsoft came out right in the fact that they got their boring stuff out of the way first. Showed off the Forza, did the specs for Scorpio, and then they just started going forward with the right. They did the just game after game after game after game, a little bit of break, and then more games, which is not like them.
Right.
I'm gonna say their biggest downfall of this conference, though, is the fact that there are hardly any games that are exclusive to the Xbox. All these are world premieres of other people's games, which are going to be on other people's consoles, and that that could be a bad thing because before we came into this conference, we said that they needed exclusives. They needed to, stick out from the crowd because Sony's just killing it with the exclusive games. So I'm going to say let's give these conferences a rating out of 10 because we kind of did that with EA. I'm going to give them a solid 8.5.
Okay.
And the only thing keeping them from greatness is the fact that they did not release many exclusive games in terms of big names.
Okay.
So what did you think?
Again, I'm going to hit on the same things you did.
Yeah.
Forza. I mean,
You got to get it out of the way
yeah,
first. I mean,
that's pretty much your most boring one. You show up there and you announce a car with it. I mean,
they did that every
yeah.
year. Last year was like the Crown Royal Ford.
Glad they got that out of the way
Or whatever the
first.
fuck it
And,
was.
I mean, if you've been paying any attention to the specs and them releasing this Xbox One X specs, you've seen it.
You've seen it. They didn't really need to go over it again.
We've seen it millions of times. There's no need to go into it. I mean, I'm just gonna pretty much follow what you said.
Yeah.
They didn't really have anything that truly knocked it out of the park with their exclusive games, but everything we saw, and I mean, I'm excited to finally get my hands on an Xbox One X.
Yeah. I mean, they gave you a reason to want to buy one. And I think they got a lot of good timed exclusives in terms of games that will release on other consoles, and a lot of surprising games that I didn't know was coming. A lot of the indie stuff. So
I think that we'll see more at Gamescom, things like that for them. And again, they just had Gears come out last year. We're pretty much due for a Halo
Yeah, we
6.
are.
So they might that might be towards the end of this year at some other conferences. They do like a Tokyo Game Show, and they also do Gamescom. So we might see some more things like that from them. But that was probably, I guess if I had to rate it, I'd probably give it an 8.9.
8.9.
I like
okay,
that they
breaking
came
it
out
down.
because, like you said, they don't ever really game. They're usually like, here's a game. Let's talk about it for 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Here's another game. Oh, conference is over. Let's just show a bunch of games that are coming out. Bye. See you next year.
It was a solid conference.
Yeah.
I'll give it to them, and I'm excited for an Xbox One X. What would you two rate the conference? Being non-Microsoft girls, because we got a PlayStation girl in the house too.
I'm not. Don't put that on me.
Yeah,
Don't
people-
label me that way.
I love Ratchet. I love Kingdom Hearts.
I love Uncharted, but that's just it happens.
I love Uncharted.
Just happens to be the games that you have spoon-fed me.
I know.
So
That's
that's
because
not my
PlayStation
fault.
does have the good exclusives. So
I don't know
it's not a
any
bad
better.
thing to be a PlayStation fan.
I love
but-
Kingdom Hearts.
Yes. So
No
from
shame.
Microsoft, what did you think?
I thought it was really good. Being John's wife,
Mhm.
he's very, very one-sided towards Microsoft, so I feel obliged to say that it was awesome. I'm excited for you guys because you guys are going to be the ones who are probably playing them. Obviously, I'm not.
Yeah.
So it looked really
You're
good.
excited to watch Assassin's Creed.
Yes, I
You're
will
not going
watch
to play Anthem?
that.
You're not going to
No,
squat up with me?
I'll pass.
She's gonna play Bubsy.
Nobody wants me to
the
play that.
Tails, the
I'm
Tails
horrible.
game. I keep forgetting the name.
Artful Escape.
Practice gets you there.
Oh no, you don't understand.
She's like, you don't understand.
You feel the same way?
I will say, I have never seen a conference before, so I don't
You
know
have
what
nothing to
give
base
you.
it on. This is your first.
From an entertainment standpoint, I'll give it a 7. It
Okay.
kept my attention.
Okay.
I mean, there were a couple
That's all.
things where I was like, I could get down with that. I could play that. But
Yeah, and she's not a hardcore gamer, so.
like like I said, I've never seen a conference, so who knows? I can change my score. That's
Okay.
a tentative 7
Okay.
to be altered possibly.
Okay.
Right now, in my
Yeah.
mind, nothing is going to beat the Nintendo conference with the puppets.
Uh-oh.
That was the
From
best
back in the
conference
day.
ever.
Yeah.
Back in the
That
day.
was
What would you
good.
give it out of 10, Alexander?
I give it an 8.
Okay. It was entertaining enough. There was some
Yeah.
boring stuff in there, I'm sure.
Yeah.
We were all
It
kind
was
of bored.
still fun to watch, even
Yeah.
with even me knowing I'm not going to play the games. It was still fun to watch.
Yeah,
Okay.
there was some cool artistic stuff in there.
I totally
appreciate
agree. At this time, we can wrap up this portion. We're going to be covering Bethesda later tonight, and you'll be hearing that on the podcast. I'm about to cut it over to that here in a second. But if you have all right. Well, let's do our quick breakdown of the first, I want to say the first day of E3. We had EA yesterday, but I'll give it to you. Okay, second day of E3. It's been a doozy. The Bethesda conference just happened. I will say a little underwhelming.
Yeah.
Not that I was expecting much, to be fair.
Yeah, very.
I wrote down some of the stuff we saw. They kind of covered it there at the end, but we saw Doom VR and Fallout VR. No release dates as of yet, but he did say at the end of the conference that all this stuff is coming out this year.
Correct.
So that's something to look forward to. You got the Skyrim on the Switch. The Zelda DLC was pretty dope.
Yeah, with I'm guessing it's full amiibo support. I'm
Yeah, I wonder if you can get some other stuff in there.
guessing. You never
A
know.
little Mega Man blaster or something.
You never know.
That'd be cool. I got that chilling on the shelf. Yeah, I got some Dishonored 2 DLC.
Yep.
Looked exciting. I was hoping to see something like that. I finished up Dishonored 2 this morning, and I was actually eager to play it again. There's a lot of games that I don't go back and play that I wanted to play, and this one I started right away, even though I got Prey sitting on the shelf. So
Yep.
it'll give me a reason to keep the game and play it again in October. That was September. I'm sorry. So you got that coming out. Got the Evil Within 2. Not super excited about it. I liked the first one. I played it for like an hour. I need to give it another shot before I jump into that, obviously, because that one looked cool.
Yeah.
Looked visually crazy, kind of like Ashen
Yeah.
we saw earlier in the day. And then they finished it with Wolfenstein 2, the new Colossus. BJ is back. There's some weird stuff going on in Wolfenstein right now. They also touched on some other stuff that I really don't care about, so I didn't touch on that.
Yeah.
But, what do you think of that conference?
Like you said, it was a little underwhelming. Pretty much, I feel like this is kind of their down year.
Yeah.
Maybe next year we'll see a little bit more, based on like new titles coming out. This one they only gave us two new titles. We got Evil Within 2. Looks okay.
Yeah.
I need to play the first one just to see if I want to play the second one.
Yeah.
The big thing here is Wolfenstein. I mean, that's
That's
pretty
going to be the
much it.
showcase of the year.
Yeah. I don't think I'll be getting Skyrim on the Switch.
You don't think so?
Mm-mm.
I do want Skyrim on the Switch. That's going to be a killer app in my opinion.
And then the VR support, and I mean that's
It's on HTC Vive. I mean, it's
Yeah.
going to be tough for a lot of people to play that, even though it looks really cool. I think it looks great. Yeah, I like that it was short and sweet. I think EA overstayed its welcome with the 30 minutes at the end with Battlefront.
Yeah.
I think they could have condensed it more down and then had it done in an hour. I like that Bethesda was just like, hey, this is what we got. It's not, like you said, it's an off year. Do you think you'll get an Elder Scrolls next year?
I do.
Man.
You'll at least get the teaser for it.
If you get Elder Scrolls next year, you do realize you're going to have Red Dead 2 and Elder Scrolls in the same year.
Yep.
That's going to be insane.
And
Developers don't even release anything.
and Anthem and
Golly.
Lots of
Next
other
year is
stuff.
shaping up to be quite
yeah.
the showcase. But Bethesda, it is what it is. I'm happy that I did see some of the familiar faces. I'll be happy to go back into Wolfenstein because I think that looks cool. So.
Yeah.
That pretty much wraps up our coverage for Bethesda. And the second day of E3. Tomorrow we'll be covering Ubisoft and PlayStation.
Yep.
Those are the big two. And then we're going to slightly cover Nintendo on Tuesday. It'll be after work. We'll do a couple reactions. We won't have as an in-depth conversation. Maybe we will. I don't know.
We'll see what they show.
But thanks for watching this part. We'll cut to the next discussion. Alrighty, we are back at the end of the Ubisoft press conference. This is what's going to be on our podcast. So I'm going to go ahead and unpack some of the things we saw. I'm going to transition also over to the E3 screen so you can see they are actually streaming some of the Assassin's Creed Origins. So you can watch some of that while we talk a little bit about what happened. Because, believe it or not, they actually announced quite a bit.
Yeah, they did.
You want me to run down the games or you want to do it? Did you write them all down in order?
No.
No? I think I did.
Okay, you do it.
Well, we first had the new Mario game that I feel like they kind of spent a little bit too much time on because it was more of a strategy game, and for the longest time it just showed them running around, and we're like, what is this game? There's like really no
We didn't know what they were doing the first
point to it.
couple minutes of it.
It looks fun, cartoony, look super campy, and I don't know if it's my style of game, but I'm sure it's somebody's, so that's important. But they also, after that, showed the new Crew 2.
Correct.
Updated with dirt bikes, planes, you name it, any type of vehicle, boat. I call it Diddy Kong Adult, Diddy Kong
Adult
Racing
Diddy Kong
Adult.
Racing.
So it looked fun. Gonna have to see more of that. I don't know about what do you think about that?
I mean, trailer wise, and I mean, it looks great. It looks like it'd be interesting to get into. I just don't know if I have the want to right now.
Yeah, it's one of those.
Yeah.
After the first one, you could get burned again, and I'll have to see what people say about it.
Yeah, and again, I mean, I just don't. I think Forza is just destroying any type of racing game.
Even on down to Gran Turismo, like they try to branch out with that and stuff, and nobody's really doing it over there on the PlayStation side. So, as the conference went on, you saw some more Assassin's Creed, obviously, which we're showing up on the screen right now. Assassin's Creed looks great.
Oh yeah, it does.
I think they sold us with E3, and they don't need to show us much more. Maybe give us a couple of cinematic trailers, and we'll be ready for launch. Because wow, look at that skill tree there showing up on the screen right now.
That looks interesting.
It looks pretty in depth, and it looks like it's a game that you can do a lot in. It's kind of like Assassin's Creed 4. 4 had so many side things you could do and go from island to island, and this is just looking like a vast open world, which should be fun.
Real excited about that game.
Yeah, I figured that is that your game of 2017 so far? Is that the one you're most looking forward to?
Not.
Oh, which one is that?
I think it's Anthem at this point.
Well, that's 2018.
Oh, gotcha.
2017 coming out this year.
I thought you meant of E3 2017.
Oh, no.
Okay.
No.
I don't know. It's between that or Battlefront right now.
Yeah, Battlefront's pretty exciting. So, the conference kept going, and they brought out this really crazy looking VR game that I want to check out. It's called Transference. It looks like it's going to mess with your brain a little bit and give you a couple jump scares. And that's the best part about VR, in my opinion, is getting the crap scared out of you.
I
Just
know.
like looking around, and all of a sudden...
I know. Amrit was a little confused about it, too.
He's like, what is going on with this?
Me and Amrit were in the same boat. We're just kind of like, what's going on here?
Yeah, I don't know what that is, but it looks fun. They're going to have to show us some more. I just love VR stuff. I just hope a lot of these developers just start branching out in that. Fun stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
Also had the Fractured But Whole new South Park game, along with a South Park mobile game, which looked interesting. Kind of like a Galaxy of Heroes meets South Park meets Hearthstone. So looking forward to see more of that. And obviously the game looks like it's going to be more of the same. RPG action, superhero, you name it. You also had Skull and Bones, which was an ode to one of your favorite Assassin's Creed games.
Yeah,
what do you think of that one?
It literally looked like I was saying during our live stream of it. Literally just looks like they didn't change much.
No.
They just reskinned it, and made a new game out of it.
Yeah.
I mean, from like the side view, you had the same little kind of a white area where you're shooting towards, and they had some of the barrages, coming over like that. I mean, that was one of the good parts about Assassin's Creed 4. Another good part of it was you could just stop the boat and jump out. So I don't know how I feel about this game yet.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say no.
You don't know?
Must
You
say
guys
no
see
right
more?
now.
Yeah,
I
I'm not interested. I didn't really like Assassin's Creed 4, to be
I don't
fair.
know if I need to see more.
Look at the boat in Assassin's Creed Origins.
No,
though.
I'll be okay with this.
That
boat.
looks cool. Looks like a way to get around. It
I'll
doesn't
be
look
okay
like you're
with
focusing
this.
on cannons. You're just kind of like getting at it. So,
I'm okay
do you think
with this.
Moses is going to make a special appearance in this game?
Do it, Moses.
I think there's going to be a Moses story pack. We will see.
Don't know.
We will see. That is that time. I
Probably
mean,
not.
they do dabble in the multiple.
Are we going to be
religions.
doing some diving?
That'd
Like
be
the other
cool.
one? Because
Yeah,
it
looks
looks
like
like
there's some treasure. Man, that world is huge.
I like that because you can go and see and find. Like down there, it's got the question mark. You see it?
Yeah.
So you don't even have to bring up that map and try to go back and forth between it.
Yep, and you're controlling the eagle. It has been confirmed it is an eagle.
Yep.
So yeah, looks good.
We're gonna go ahead and hammer that one.
Gonna hammer that one down.
It's an eagle.
Yeah, so Skull and Bones comes out fall 2018.
Yep.
Not really looking forward to it, but I'm sure there's some people out there that are.
Mm-hmm.
They're really liking these old timey games, man. You had
Yeah.
For Honor, and now you got a pirate game, and I'm throwing my pen.
all right.
After that, they showed a cool game called Starlink,
Yeah.
which looked like Disney Infinity meets starships. You can assemble your craft and go out there and like fly around.
Fly around, shoot stuff.
Looked interesting.
Yeah, looked
I
interesting.
might give it a nod and see what it looks like in the future. I might
Okay.
try it out because I'm a fan of those style of games if they're done right, and that one sounds very interesting. I like customizing. You're not interested in that one at all?
I mean, it looks interesting. I think that the marketing and the peripherals that they'll
Bless
have
you.
with it,
Thank you.
they look awesome.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's my thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and then they talked about Far Cry 5,
Mm-hmm.
which looks awesome.
Yes, it does.
The whole just setting and just the atmosphere, just everything in that game. With the whole everybody singing and chanting and whatnot. So that was cool. Also, before I finish this up and do our whole wrap up, if you have anything you want to say to us, we're gonna do that at the end of this. So please go to the comment section and we'll hand it over to Liz once that time comes. And then they finished the conference with a little Beyond Good and Evil.
Yeah.
2, which is a game that's been a long time coming.
They say 15 years.
God,
13,
15 years.
something.
And what's crazy is in between there, you've actually had another version of Beyond Good and Evil 2. It's kind of like Prey 2. You've had multiple iterations of that game. So it made a resurgence.
Yeah.
Looks a little bit more adult, which was kind of shocking to me. And then they're going the Mirror's Edge route where they're going back in time so that most people that did not get to play it get to participate, because that's the only way they probably got funding, in my opinion. So what did you think of the Ubisoft conference? Were you impressed?
I was impressed. There was a good mix of. Oh, we did forget one game.
Which game we
Just
forget?
Dance.
Oh, you know what? I did. Well, I was going to save that for my top 3 games of the show.
There was
That's Alan's.
it was a good mix of things that I enjoyed and things I didn't. I could kind of tune out some of the other stuff I didn't enjoy too much. But overall, I think it's the second best conference we've seen.
Yeah, so far.
It's better than Bethesda. It's
I
better
agree.
than EA's, and it's better than Devolver Digital.
Devolver Digital. I would wholeheartedly agree. It's the best out of the side companies. Now that we've seen them all, I think it's a good time to give them a rating, because we did give the Microsoft conference a rating earlier in the podcast.
Yeah.
So I'm going to start with EA. Out of 10, I would probably give them a solid 5. I'll give them a 5.
Okay.
It was they showed some stuff, but not a lot, and it was very underwhelming. Bethesda gets definitely a 4. Not that it wasn't a great conference, it just did not give us much that I was really expecting. So, and then this one I'll give a 6.
Okay.
I thought it was a good conference, and they showed they kept the games coming. They didn't stick with the boring stuff. They got the boring stuff away at the beginning, which was the Mario stuff, in my opinion. No offense, Mr. Miyamoto, they just spent way too much time with that. So, what would you give those conferences?
I forgot what I gave Microsoft. I think it was like an 80 or 8.7.
8.9.
8.9.
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna give the EA one. I'm gonna give it a 6.
Okay.
I enjoyed the Battlefront, even though it was a little long.
Yeah, like 30 minutes of.
I'm perfectly fine with it. But pretty much anything else, not too much going on at E3. They saved their Anthem gameplay until
Yes, for Microsoft.
which I think if they would have done it, it would have bumped them up just a little bit.
Oh, definitely.
Um,
but not many people
yeah,
would have seen it. I don't know why
definitely.
they did that. It's kind of like Titanfall.
Yeah. So I'd give them a 6. I would give Bethesda I'm gonna give them a 4 as well. Again, besides Wolfenstein, if you take Wolfenstein out of that
And
equation,
Evil Within, I guess.
even that one, if you take Wolfenstein out of that whole conference, it's like a 1 or a 2.
Yeah, because they had nothing.
There was nothing there.
Not that that's a bad thing. I mean, maybe
No.
if they don't have games ready, don't show it.
I think that was their thing. They were saying everything here is 2017, and I feel like next year is going to be different. Next year, I think they're going to come out swinging.
I think so. I would agree. And what would you give this conference?
This one, I would give it we'll give it a 7.5.
Oh, that's pretty high. Yeah. So you enjoyed it pretty,
I did.
with the exception of Just Dance,
It kept my attention more than
than the others.
the others did. Yeah.
Yeah, they cover all avenues of gameplay, which is very nice. But yeah, it's been a good E3. I wouldn't say I'm knocked off my feet or blown away in any way. With the exception of a couple games, I'm really excited more Metro and Assassins. But we do have PlayStation coming up next.
Yeah, we do.
Which is gonna be the doozy. Liz is all excited over there in the corner. What do you think of the Ubisoft conference? Did you enjoy it at all?
I thought it was good.
Yeah. Did you see anything you wanted out of there? Did you want the Mario game?
I don't know.
No.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of
It was a little.
It's
See, I know that they were saying, "Oh, we want a Mario game that's never been made before," but I like classic Mario.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, oh.
And I was hoping it'd be like a shooter
It
or
was
something.
a little too different.
Yeah,
Maybe.
it's
We'll
definitely
see.
different.
Who knows?
But was it enjoyable
Like you
enough?
said, they didn't give us much. There was
Yeah.
a lot of walking around, but I enjoyed it. I thought the Far Cry trailer was really good.
Yeah, that
I was
creepy.
even excited
Yeah.
about it.
The
I
music
thought it
was
pretty
everything
good.
in that
Yeah.
in that one. So.
I thought it was good.
Well, that's awesome. At this point, I'm going to cut it on over to the PlayStation coverage, post coverage for the podcast. So enjoy that. All right,
Yeah.
we are back. We're going to do a quick review of the PlayStation conference. As always, at the end, we're going to answer questions and hear what all of you all thought of that, because that was a conference right there.
Yeah, it was.
That was pretty well done. You want me to go ahead and go through it, or you want to go through
Take it away.
You want me to take it away? Okay. I'm just gonna give a quick impression. I mean, they showed a lot of games that we've already seen. I'm gonna say the things that I wrote down.
Okay.
That shocked me the most. We started off the conference with DLC, which I knew was coming, the Uncharted, but the Horizon stuff is a little exciting.
Yeah.
That game looks more and more fascinating. The fact that they're continuing the story is kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
And most times DLC, like Uncharted, you saw they kind of do different characters and whatnot.
Right.
So the fact that they're continuing it is quite refreshing. Days Gone
Yeah, definitely.
was probably one of the coolest demos, besides Spider-Man, of that show, in my opinion. Showed a lot more of that game, more so because last year they showed the whole running through the abandoned city with all those zombies coming after them, and you're like, holy crap, what is this game? And this time they kind of show the stealth aspect and just that there's more to the story. So
Right.
did you like the Days Gone?
I
stuff
did.
That they showed?
I think that was one of the. That was my top. That was my second. If I had to list top three, that'd be my second game.
That one I'm probably the most excited for out
Yeah.
of all of the games coming out.
Definitely.
Maybe not. Spider-Man looks great, but is Days Gone's coming out this year? Did they have a date on there? Did you see?
I don't remember.
Not sure. Let us know in the comments below if that's coming out this year. I'm not sure. But also they had the big shocker of the conference with Shadow of the Colossus.
Mm-hmm.
They're doing a remaster of that, which is going to be amazing. Great game. Super awesome game. I enjoy those games a lot. The whole Shadow Colossus Eco. I didn't get to play Last Guardian yet. Are you looking it up right now?
Yeah, I don't think they said it.
Yeah, I don't think they've announced when Days Gone's coming out. They need something this year, which is surprising to me
It
that
said
they didn't.
December 31st, 2017, so that's a placeholder.
Oh yeah, that's a placeholder. Yeah, they needed something this year, and they didn't give us anything there. So they showed some more God of War.
Yep.
Looks amazing.
does.
The whole Norse mythology looks like it's confirmed.
Mhm.
He's got like that whole Mjolnir style axe
Yeah.
instead of Thor's hammer. It's just a
The axe.
axe, but it looked cool. Looked epic.
Yeah,
The kid
looks great.
seems very calm and poised.
Yeah.
No big deal. Big old snake in my face. I'm not scared at all.
Yeah.
So.
He wants to be your friend.
He wants to be your friend. And then I wrote Skyrim VR. Landon's excited about that. I'm actually excited about that too, because that game's already epic enough with headphones in, more or less being fully immersed in that universe. Lose my mind.
Definitely.
And the Spider-Man just really reminded me of Arkham, to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
And also there was a Spider-Man game back on the 360 called Shattered Dimensions, and it played the same way. You just kind of, with the exception of it didn't have the open world. This one has the open world, which is cool.
Yeah.
So, what did you think of the conference? What did you write down?
Just some things that I put check marks next to that I was interested in. Days Gone, of course. I mean, that game looks great.
It looks amazing.
I'm
The graphics and just the overall quality.
the whole aspect. I mean,
Yep.
you've got to watch out for zombies. You got to watch out for people. You got to watch
Zombies.
out for zombified bears.
Yeah, that one got me.
So,
he was like wrapped in barbed wire. Ugh.
Very, very cool. God of War was another one that I picked. I mean, that game looks great.
Yep.
Everything that they showed, there wasn't anything that
There was nothing really
was
new.
not- yeah.
I already seen all this stuff,
Yeah.
with the exception of the Shadow Colossus
Shadow
and
Colossus,
Skyrim
yeah.
VR. I mean, hold up, no, Final Fantasy 15 fishing. That was the big one. That was the big one.
Who thought that was a good idea?
Somebody did.
Somebody thought. I mean,
I think it was more than one person.
Somebody said VR experience. What's the best thing?
wow.
You remember when we fished in Final Fantasy? That.
Yeah, I think that's it.
And that's completely wrong.
Well, that's the thing they've been talking that it's going to have VR support for
Yeah.
forever. And I was like, what's it going to be? And then they're like,
I figured it'd
We
be
have no
some
idea what it's
sort
gonna
of
be.
like driving experience or something, but
yeah, no, we got fishing. I'll play it. I like fishing.
I will not
Me too.
be playing that.
But-
Detroit looks very interesting. I like the concept of the game. I just don't, other than what they showed us and gave us a little bit of the story.
You never played Heavy Rain? Well, you never had a PlayStation
Yeah.
3, so. Yeah, no, it looks fun. It's just more the same from that studio.
But I think Spider-Man is the best looking game that I saw there.
Yes. Call of Duty World War II looked cool.
It did, but again,
I'm excited.
It didn't.
It didn't blow me away.
No.
They didn't spend any time. I'm really shocked that the fact that they did not spend much time on all these things.
Surprised it didn't show any much on Destiny.
Nothing on Destiny. They didn't
they're
have any
usually-
major announcements for the console. Like they just kind of let it go. They're just
Yeah.
like, here you go, buy your PlayStation 4 Pro.
Yeah.
So as a whole, I'm gonna say let's do a quick
Okay.
conference review. Up until this point, we've seen them all, so they're kind of the last one, with the exception of Nintendo tomorrow. I'm gonna go out of 10 here, like we did. I gave all the conferences so far. Microsoft was an 8.5 in my
Mhm.
book. EA was a 5, Bethesda a 4, and Ubisoft a 6. I'm gonna give PlayStation 7.5. And that's not bad. I mean, it was a good conference just because they showed some quality games, but they just did not really rock my socks. Which I don't think they're trying to do that anymore at E3. I think they're trying to do their own thing and save their reveals for a later date, which I understand.
Try to separate it.
You know, what did you think? What would you rate this conference?
I would give it a 8 out of 10.
Okay.
I liked that we saw gameplay for some of the games we hadn't really seen before. Like you said, some of the things just seemed very underwhelming. Thought they were going to spend a lot more time on Destiny. If it's the best place to play,
Yeah,
why,
show us
why.
Yeah,
Um,
Activision does not have a presence at
other
E3 this
than
year.
just give a PlayStation more stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, Call of Duty World War II we really didn't see. I was really surprised we saw Marvel vs. Capcom. That's kind of
Yeah. I think it's a
weird
timed
game to
exclusive
show.
though,
I don't know if it is or not.
because they had Street Fighter as well.
I thought it came out the
Is
same
it not
day.
coming on? I don't know. I don't
And then
quote me.
there was like the VR Skyrim, which that's okay.
It looks cool. I will give. That's
Yeah.
probably my most surprising. The fact that Bethesda didn't announce that yesterday was kind of cool.
I got Star Child written down. That's the game that looked like a little side scroller that they had VR experience
Yeah,
with.
that was interesting. And
And
then
then-
the mouse game,
Then
Moss,
Yeah, Moss, and then
the ladies,
the Inpatient.
the impatient.
Oh,
Oh
that
yeah,
was
that one looks
scary.
good. That one looks great.
So y'all have to
I
play
liked the
through the
music.
Inpatient.
Yeah, me too.
So 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10. That would make it my second best conference.
Yeah,
I think it was just a tad above Ubisoft.
Yeah, just a little bit above. What did you think, ladies? Were you a fan of that conference more so than Microsoft?
Was maybe not necessarily more than Microsoft.
Yeah.
I, unlike you, am not as informed, so some of the things were new.
Mhm.
Whereas you were like, "Oh, we've seen that before." I haven't.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I thought it was good.
Yeah.
It was right
Yeah.
up there.
I don't know much about these games, so I wasn't excited as I was for Microsoft because that's what I'm more used to. So my excitement level was not as high, but I still thought a lot of it looked good. So I'd
Mhm.
probably, I don't know. I gave Microsoft an 8. I'd probably give this one a 7.
Okay.
Solid.
Do not remember what I gave Microsoft.
But you're the PlayStation girl, so how do they do for you?
They did
We've
pretty
just
good.
deemed you the PlayStation girl.
Well, yeah, you kind of gave me that title.
That's
But,
okay.
I don't know. I mean, like some of those that looked really good. Like I thought Days Gone looked really good, but not necessarily something that I want to play.
Yeah, I agree.
Like I would be entertained to watch it, and
Yeah.
I thought that the footage that they gave was really entertaining, and I thought it looked really good. But that's not something that I
That's
want
not
to
up
sit
your
down and
alley, yeah.
play.
it played through almost like cinematically, like a movie. Like you were
Right.
captivated to watch it, but as
Mhm.
someone who
I don't
gets
know about
scared
the zombie
easily-
thing, but
Not me.
Uncharted, you know how I feel about
Oh,
Uncharted.
I know how you feel about Uncharted.
So excited.
So DLC.
Yeah.
So what would you give out of 10?
7.5.
7.5. Okay.
Yeah.
Just like me. I like it. Yeah. So that will wrap up our coverage for the podcast portion of the PlayStation press conference.
Oh.
At this point, I will cut on to Nintendo, which we'll be doing tomorrow. So, all right. So the Nintendo conference happened today.
Yes, it did.
I happened to be at work, so I did not get to catch all of it. I got to see
Yep.
all the announcements for the most part. But I'm going to hand it over to Johnny right now. He got to live tweet and watch the whole thing. He's going to give his little review, and then I'm just going to give my impression since I didn't get to actually legitimately watch it. I'm going to go downstairs and watch it after we're done here and talking and wrapping up the podcast. So go ahead, Johnny.
Okay. Nintendo started off with Xenoblade 2.
That's a big game.
Yeah,
Cult
it was-
following there.
It is. I I don't know how I feel about it. I think I need a little bit more just to.
Did you not play it on the new
just to watch
3DS?
it.
Do you have a new 3DS? Or do you just have a
I just
normal?
have the regular XL.
Oh, okay, cool.
So that was, I mean, we already knew about that. They just showed a little bit of it. Then they had the Pokemon creator come up.
Ooh.
And he said that, Pokken tournament's coming.
Oh,
And-
yay.
And then he was like, and I got one more detail to give you.
What's that?
And he said that they are developing a core Pokemon RPG for the Switch.
Oh, God.
So
Did you
that's-
lose your mind?
That's big news. I did. I was
that's
excited.
a big deal. That's what we were hoping they were going to do the other day.
Yeah.
But I mean, you wouldn't do that before E3. That'd be stupid.
Right. So
Awesome.
that's big news. We get our first standalone game on
Yeah.
Switch.
That's insane. That's like the first console Pokemon game
I think
besides
so.
Stadium and all
Yep.
that. So cool.
And then they came out, showed Kirby.
Ooh,
Showed
Kirby.
Showed a side-scrolling
Classic.
Kirby game. And then they ended it and say with the title of it just now is Kirby.
Just Kirby.
Nothing added to it, and it's a 2018 after it.
Oh, okay. So it's next year.
So we'll see it
Now
sometime
you're a
next
Kirby
year.
fan. You put
I
Crystal
do.
Shards on your top 10 N64 games. So
I was excited
a big deal.
about seeing some Kirby. I'd like to get back in that world and
yeah, same.
suck some folks up.
Suck some peoples up.
and blow them out.
Shoot them out. Yeah. Shoot them out. Like
Yep.
stars.
Then big kind of reveal here that they gave. Screen was kind of black. You heard some music. Then a 4 pops up, and everybody's
Oh,
like,
there it
"What's
is.
4?" And you see Metroid Prime come up.
Which-
Metroid Prime for the
It's
Switch.
kind of a cop out. Did they give you like 2018 or anything, or did they just say it's in development?
I think they said in development. Don't get me wrong.
Okay.
They could have put 2018 on there. I don't remember if I
They
did.
did the Kingdom Hearts treatment. We're like, we're finally working on it. Like
Yeah.
kind of like Reggie's like, we haven't forgotten about Metroid.
And
I mean,
that's pretty much it. They,
that's awesome,
They
though.
did that, and then they were kind of done with it. Then they showed a Yoshi title. It's a Yoshi game, and the way that it looks like it's going to, like the big mechanic in it. Each Yoshi game has a mechanic or something in it. This one, whenever it looks like he's ground pounding, and it's switching from your views.
really?
So if your Yoshi is walking on this level and you do you press a certain button, ground pound it, it switches you over, so you're behind it now, and there's different things.
Oh, I
behind
got you.
it. So there's 2 different types of levels that you're playing. You're playing the front part of it, and then you can go back and play the other side of it.
Awesome. That sounds like fun.
Yeah, it looked pretty
A little
interesting.
innovative.
It
Does it
kind
have
of
the motion controls or anything?
I
Or?
don't know if it did.
Okay.
It looked kind of cardboard.
Oh, kind of like Woolly World in a way,
Yeah,
but
like
no wool.
cardboardish.
Cardboardy world.
They showed a little bit of Fire Emblem Warriors, which is the Dynasty Warriors game. They did a Hyrule Warriors a while ago.
What'd you think of that?
Honestly, they didn't show too much of it. They just kind of showed you 2 original characters that they created for the game.
Oh, okay.
Didn't really look too interesting. They showed they showed 2 from the newest. Sorry, not the newest, but the Conquest and Birthright games. They have 3 characters from that. They're bringing Crom over from Awakening,
Oh, okay.
and though they didn't really show too much. Kind of what Nintendo's doing. I noticed this last year and then also this year. They do their big reveals first, and then they just kind of do like a
fluff after.
Yeah, they do the fluff. So then they actually, well, I'll get to it in a second, but that's when they kind of show you the gameplay of it a lot more than they will during that little.
Oh, okay, yeah. So
Their
they say
little
that
mini.
they didn't do much gameplay during the main. They just did announcements. Are they going to show Fire Emblem Heroes or?
They did. There's like a 12-minute video.
Oh, okay.
I haven't watched it yet.
Oh,
but,
okay.
Kind of got a little bored during it because it's a little bit more casual and it's just kind of them like
Yeah.
sitting around, and then there's a lot of disconnect when you've got the Japanese developers there and then they ask
Yeah, I
them
gotta
questions.
translate.
And,
Yeah, it's kind of like when you watch these conferences and they show those really flashy like gameplay demos. Those are more entertaining than when like say they're streaming at the end of a conference.
Yeah.
I really don't care as much about that.
so then after that, they did a big. They did show gameplay for a little bit of the Mario Odyssey
Yes, I saw that stuff.
game. That looks great.
Looks really good.
And they finally gave us a release date.
Mm-hmm. And
I
it's
believe that was October 27th.
what other big game is releasing on
Assassin's
the 27th?
Creed.
Oh my god,
Yep.
that sucks.
Yeah, 10/27.
Miyamoto gave Ubisoft a stiff one there. They're like, yeah, you can work with us with the rabbits, but we're gonna release on the Assassin's
Yeah.
Creed day. If I was Assassin's Creed, I'd probably to be fair, it's Switch, so
Yeah.
it's probably not gonna hurt them too much.
Yeah, that's true. And then they did show some new amiibos.
Ooh, I did see those. Now they were like the main people that you're going to get in Breath of the Wild, right? Like I
Correct.
saw Sora in there and a couple others.
Yeah. They showed that was the part of. I actually skipped that. Sorry about that. They gave Breath of the Wild information.
DLC. Yeah.
They did again show that you can play as Link in Skyrim. We're not playing as Link, but
I think that's cool.
You have his equipment.
Sword. Yeah.
And then they said, here's the DLC. This is the first one. It's the one where you're kind of put out there with no weapons, and as you progress, I believe it's called Master Trials. I believe it's what it's called.
Okay.
But then they reveal their second DLC for it, and the DLC is going to be story based, and you're going to, I believe, play as the Guardians that you were looking for.
That's cool.
So maybe we'll see
Switch
a
it up a
little
little
bit
bit.
more into their story, and you can be a Goron, you can be Azora.
I wonder if they're building a new area or if you're just back on that map again.
I'm not sure. I would hope that. Well, I don't know,
Because if they bring it back in that area, that's going to be kind of lame.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
it could be a little different, but I have a feeling it's just going to be the same area.
And good luck finding where to go.
So then they drop those amiibos. Go ahead and pre-order those because they're probably gonna go
they're
quick.
going to be paper.
Yeah,
You're printing paper if you go pre-order one of those. I got the Majora's Mask one coming here in about a week or two.
nice. Then they did reveal that they're making 2 Metroid amiibos. There's one of Samus and there's one of Metroid.
Yes.
Those look pretty cool.
That sounds cool.
They are making 2 more Fire Emblem ones. They're adding Chrom and Tiki.
There you go.
And then they are doing one for Mario Odyssey. And a big thing of that, I believe, Bowser has taken Peach and is trying to make a wedding so they can finally get married or something. So there's one of the amiibos is Bowser in a white wedding outfit with a tuxedo and everything. Mario's in also got the same attire on.
Oh,
and then
okay, I gotcha.
Peach in a wedding dress. So those are the amiibos that they showed.
Interesting.
Yep. Then they did release one more game after the conference was, or not the conference, but their spotlight was over, and they are making a 3DS Metroid game.
I saw that.
And
I know, Landon, you're probably losing your mind.
It's from the developer of Castlevania Mercury Steam.
Oh my god.
And
that makes me want to get a 3DS again just to play that.
And they were showing a little bit of the gameplay, and you used to want to be able to go at 45-degree angles and shoot. It showed you could actually had a full range of motion. The character, Samus would move according to where you were.
Yeah, I saw that. That was cool.
Contort her body to do that.
It's a cool looking game.
It does look cool. They said it's kind of a remake of the second one.
Oh, okay. Metroid 2, which was a Game Boy game, I believe.
Correct. So it's kind of a remake of that, but that's pretty much all they kind of did. It was a big a big spotlight in terms of things that are coming out later.
I saw they're doing some indie games and stuff, right? I saw Rocket League was
they added
on there
Rocket
for a
League,
second.
also cross-play in Rocket League.
Crossplay.
And I know
that's awesome.
I know Xbox was looking at that.
Yeah, because you got that with Minecraft.
Mm-hmm. And they were also doing that, I believe, with they wanted to do that with Rocket League as well. So
how about cross-buy? That'll never happen.
No.
I wish that was the case.
But yeah, that's pretty much all they kind of did.
Now, what games are we getting this year out of those that they showed? You got Odyssey, is Fire Emblem Heroes coming out?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Anything else that they showed today, or Xenoblade that's not confirmed yet?
I think Xenoblade comes out this year.
Oh, does it? Wow.
And then Pokken Tournament comes out
Tournament
in a month or 2.
Super fun.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, what did you think of that conference? I know you've seen the other ones. I'm not going to rate it because it's not for me to give it a rating if I didn't watch it. But hey, you saw all the other conferences. How does this one stack up?
I'm going to rate it a 7.
A 7? That's solid.
I liked their reveals for the future. I felt like there was a lot of them, though. Which, if you think about it, Switch has only been out, 3 months?
Yeah.
So it's still kind of an early development.
I'm surprised you didn't see no Super Smash Brothers or anything like that.
I was wondering if they'd port that over.
Virtual console.
No word on Virtual Console. So
it's a tough one, man. It's tough.
I feel like that was actually one of the things I wanted to say in that I wrote down on one of my other pieces of paper. But I think Switch needs that.
Yeah, it needs it now. I mean, that's the perfect game for it. Portability and being able to use those Joy-Cons. You could play some Super Smash real quick.
Yeah.
So I gave it a 7. That's pretty solid. I mean, I think in terms of reveal, sounds like they have some of the more surprising games. Like I didn't expect to see a Yoshi or a Kirby game, or more or less Metroid Prime being announced. That's like a huge freaking deal. So that's awesome, man. I like it. So there it is, E3 2017. Take it how it is. Now we're gonna do top 10 Tuesday because I am gonna release this tonight.
Okay.
We're going to do top 10, and I'm not going to be as flashy with this one. I'm not going to do like the photos or anything like that because that'll take me forever. Yeah. We're going to each do our top 10 games from E3 2017 based on what we saw. Now, I did not participate in the Nintendo conference, so I'm not going to rate any of those games in my top 10. So I'm going to go ahead and get mine out of the way because John might have those in his. I don't know his top 10. But I'm going to take it away.
Go ahead.
With my honorable mentions. Now, we might have some that cross over here. Because we do have similar taste in video games, I believe. So my honorable mentions are Shadow of War. I didn't want to put that in my top 10 just because I've already seen so much of that game and I already know that I want it. I'm kind of going off of games that I did not know about or I didn't see too much of.
Okay.
Destiny 2 is another one. They did that big stream. I thought that they didn't really show too much, and it kind of rubbed me the wrong way that they didn't do so. And the same goes for Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Call of Duty, I was hoping to see maybe a gameplay demonstration, and I get it, it's World War II, you really don't need to show that, but it would have been nice to see a little bit more.
Oh,
so that's why it made it to the honorable mention side and not my top 10 side.
Yeah.
And also Super Lucky's Tale, which I did a little bit more research today. Did you realize that was an Oculus game? It was just called Lucky's Tale.
Oh.
And it was packed with the Oculus launch bundles, and then now they're making an actual platformer out of it. So that makes a little bit more sense, and I think it is exclusive to the Xbox. It's not coming to any other console, but probably PC, which isn't a console. So here we go. Get into my top 10 list. E3 2017, starting with number 10, Battlefront 2.
Okay.
I thought they showed a pretty solid showcase for it with the way the multiplayer is. A lot of the same, but seeing some more characters and seeing more abilities and more gunplay looked a little more refreshing. It is nice to know that I'm not the only one that plays in third person. I knew that. Everybody plays in third person, so I had no idea what the first person mechanics look like because they looked like they were trying to show those off in the little tech demo. So yeah. But that's number 10. Number 9 is Ashen. It was a game that kind of struck a chord with me.
Okay.
They didn't show no gameplay. I saw a little bit more today, but at the conference, it was a very edgy trailer.
Yeah.
And I think that's why I was just really interested in the game. So that's why it's kind of higher up. They didn't give me too much of it. So number 8 is Far Cry 5.
Okay.
Now, this one's higher up on my list. I'm really excited for Far Cry 5. But we had already seen some from it, so I was just waiting for the gameplay side, and it looked like it's not going to upset. They didn't show too much of it. I know they did like a 12-hour or 12-minute stream after the fact, which I missed. But it looked great. Graphics look good. Looks like it's going to hold up very well. Number 7, God of War 3. A little bit more of the same, but just more set pieces. Last year, you got a good old tech demo with that at the last E3 conference. So this year, they kind of expanded on that and just showed a little bit more of the story and the characters and just his awesome floating axe that just comes right back to his hand. Yeah. So I thought that was awesome. Number 6 is a game called Days Gone. They showed that last year too, but I really enjoyed seeing the stealth aspects this year. Last year it was really like, ooh, look at these zombies, we can kill them all, and this is a great tech demo. But this year it was like, there's more to this game than just shooting zombies. You can plan out attacks, you can do all that. So props to them. That game's got me really interested. I'm probably definitely going to pick it up. Number 5 is Wolfenstein 2, from the Bethesda conference, which apparently we're in the unpopular opinion there. A lot of people like that conference. I'm hearing that more. I think it's because people like the showmanship. That conference was just a little underwhelming for me, but I am very excited for Wolfenstein 2. I loved the what was it? The new order? Is that what it was called? Wolfenstein, the New Order, the first game, and then this one's the new Colossus. So I thought it looked really good. The graphics look super updated.
Definitely,
and it just looks out there. So that one I'm definitely going to pick up probably day one. I'm not going to wait on that one. Maybe I might wait. We'll see.
Okay.
But it's in number 5. Number 4 is Spider-Man. Holy shit! I'm going to finally cuss during this podcast.
Yeah.
That game looks cool.
Yeah, it does.
The only reason it's not higher up in my list, which 4 is very high in my opinion, it looked a lot like Beanox's Amazing Spider-Man game from back in the day. And I know we had people commenting on our reaction saying that same thing, and then other people being like, no, it's wrong, man. There's a lot of similarities there, especially with transitioning from scene to scene and fighting. Now it looked more solid. I think it looked actually polished and not rushed. Those were the problems with the other ones.
Okay.
They were like Activision said, you got a 1-year development cycle, enjoy, and then they put it out there.
Yeah.
So it looked really fun, looked super next gen, like going in between like the destructible like environments. Top notch. Looked great. Number 3, Assassin's Creed Origins.
Okay.
That game is probably my biggest surprise of E3. I thought after, and now I'm going to probably go back and do it, Syndicate, I thought I was done. I was like, it's good, but I just can't get into this franchise anymore. It's just kind of worn out. And then they go and drop that bomb on me. That game looks amazing.
They needed 2 years in between, though.
They needed
do
that time.
Glad
They
they did
needed
that.
to spend the time and effort to make it kind of like a Far Cry / Ghost Recon, like these expansive worlds, and make them just something worth going to instead of just, let's sink here, let's do this contract here, let's go pick up the glyphs here. It looks like there's just so much more to that game, especially with the crafting system and like the equipment system, and also just the combat.
Yeah.
They updated it.
That actually is that was the same group that made Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag.
Oh, well, that makes sense. Well, Black Flag was very in depth. I just couldn't get along with the
You
pirate
like the
setting. I just
boating.
don't like pirates. I mean, something about it. That's why I'm not a big Sea of Thieves fan.
So next on your list
Is Sea of Thieves.
yeah.
Actually, no, it's Skull and Bones.
Skull and Bones and then Sea of Thieves.
No, number 2 is a game called Anthem.
Okay.
BioWare's big project announced this year. They mentioned it last year, and we didn't know anything about it. I don't even think we knew the name at the time, did we?
No.
They just said that, hey, we're working on something. Yeah. So, and then they came out with a bang. And I heard some people today thinking like, oh, that's definitely not running on an Xbox. It's like, I'm pretty sure it is, because the first
it's
thing
at their conference.
It's at their conference first thing, and second off, they've been working with us for this Scorpio stuff. So I think we're past that point of that's running on a PC. It's probably running on an Xbox One X if I had to guess, right?
Yeah.
And they don't really focus on PC anyways. I don't think BioWare ever has.
No.
So that was and I'm shouting out at you, kind of funny. Get over it not being a PlayStation Pro. So anyway, and number 1, I battled with this, but I think I am the most excited for this game, and that is Metro Exodus.
Okay.
I loved those first 2 games. Like I remember I played Metro 2033, and then immediately ran to the store and picked up Last Light, and I finished them all in 1 week. And I had some amazing experiences with it. And the fact that we're seeing that these sandbox areas are more expansive and they're, it looks like it's more atmospheric. I'm really looking forward to it, especially putting it on Xbox One X. It's going to look beautiful. Yeah. So that was my game of the show, Metro. Look, I'm shouting at you. I mean, that's a kind of a small developer and kind of obscure. So there you go. That's my pick. What about you, Johnny? Your top 10.
I'm going to give my honorable mentions first.
Okay.
I agreed with your Shadow of War. I think I've seen enough. I'm going to get it. But you didn't really have to show me anything else.
Yeah, no, it looks great.
I could have gone with the very first video they ever put out, and I would have been, yep, all right.
Yep, I'm in.
I'm
actually, if anything, they're stressing me out more with the amount of things you can do in that game.
Yeah. We'll give an honorable mention to the core Pokemon game that's coming out.
There you go.
I know it's just a teaser. We didn't see anything, but that's got me excited. That's one thing that I've wanted for a long time. I'm going to give it another honorable mention to Ori. 2. The only reason it's not in the list is because we didn't see any type of gameplay, but it's probably real early. And then the Kirby game.
Kirby, what up, Kirby?
Excited about it.
That's awesome, man.
All right, so let's go into my top 10.
Let's get to it, baby.
This was kind of hard, and I feel like I might have not done it justice.
Okay.
Doing my top 10, but I'm gonna go ahead and do it anyway. My number 10 is Wolfenstein.
Okay.
I was excited about it. I'm definitely gonna get the game. Don't know if I'll get it day 1.
Okay.
I might wait a couple months, see if it goes down a little bit in price. Maybe get it towards,
Christmas time.
Yeah, or a couple months after.
Once it drops down to 40, like Prey.
Yeah.
Like I just did.
Number 9, I'm gonna go with Anthem.
Oh wow, that's pretty high up on your list.
I was excited about it. Still am very excited about it. I don't know. I'm just kind of worried a little bit.
Yeah,
about
I
it.
get it.
Because look how Destiny turned out.
Mm-hmm.
That's supposedly their new Destiny. But I mean, to me, I think it's more interesting than Destiny.
Yes.
Even playing the Destiny story and all the DLCs for it. That game just has me, really, really hyped, but it's kind of down towards the bottom.
Yeah, and I think the reason I ranked it so high is I was surprised by it. I didn't think I'd like it, honestly. You guys said, we're like, BioWare reveal. I'm like, whatever. And then it like blew my mind. So that's why it's so high up on my list.
Number 8 is Battlefront 2.
That's actually pretty high for you, too.
Yeah.
I know you're so hype about that game.
I'm going to get it day one. I think that they did a little bit too long on the...
the stream was way too long.
The stream.
And it was awkward, too.
It was very awkward, but, I mean, I enjoyed watching it. I'm going to spend a lot of time in that game, but I'm going to spend a lot of time in the game, but I feel like there was more that piqued my interest more than Battlefront would.
That's one of those games I don't think I really enjoy watching. I enjoy being a participant of because just so much stuff happens.
Yeah, it's definitely a fun one to get into. I'm going to go with my number 7 as...
Are you switching it up?
I am. Far Cry 5.
Far Cry 5, okay.
I had it up there on the list. Remembered some other games and dropped it down.
Had to drop it down.
Like you said, everything we've seen about it up to this point has been very good. I am definitely going to get the game. Don't know if I'll get it the day it drops, but I'll get it a month or two after.
There you go.
I always enjoy Far Cry. I want to beat Primal first. I think that's what's going to do it for me.
Really?
I think I want to play Primal
first. Do you own
first.
Primal?
I don't.
Okay. Gotta go pick it up, man.
But it's probably going to be like $20.
You're going to be underwhelmed, I feel.
Yeah, probably will.
Yeah.
But I'd like to say I played them.
Yeah, at least you can, yeah. I have no motivation to finish that game, and I have it sitting downstairs.
Yeah. That was my number 7.
Yeah, that's number 7.
My number 6 is going to be God of War.
There you go. A PlayStation game on his list.
There's a lot of PlayStation games on this list. I was very... I didn't know how I'd feel about it going into a different realm of, it's not Kratos with chain swords and slinging them around, but it's definitely piqued my interest. I definitely do want to get a PlayStation in the future. I am not totally Xbox person. I just prefer it, probably because I don't have a PlayStation.
I get
it. I would like to play that, and I would also like to play my number 5 game, Days Gone.
Oh, there you go. That's a good segue. Yeah, Days Gone list looks so good.
Don't know if I want to play that or if I want to start with Last of Us when I eventually
You
get a PlayStation.
got to get The Last of Us in there, man, because I feel like Last of Us is just one of those experiences that sets the tone for the rest of gameplay from that point forward, and I see a lot of similarities there.
Yeah, that's what I was.
I would sit down and play Last of Us. Do you know nothing about Last of Us, do you?
I don't.
Okay, that's perfect. You gotta get yourself a PlayStation, dude.
I
You
know.
gotta work on this.
I know. Let's Patreon that.
Yeah, let's Patreon.
Give me a couple $100.
Get Johnny a PlayStation 4. I'll just let you borrow. No, I let you borrow mine, but Liz is
That's okay.
hardcore on that Ratchet and Clank right now.
That's all right. Let me see what I've done now that I've jacked this up. That was 6, correct?
That was 5.
That was 5. Okay. Number 4 is Beyond Good and Evil 2.
Really interesting.
I went back and watched that trailer today, and I'm all in.
For that universe?
I am.
That universe does look pretty cool.
I love Nox the monkey.
Yes. It gave me inspiration to go back and want to go back and play the original. So, you going to do that too?
Yeah, I am.
Knock that out of the way. Worth a good 200 points.
Definitely.
Xbox 360.
We'll go play it.
Xbox Live Arcade.
But, I don't know. It just, something about it piqued my interest. Any type of space game, I'm all over.
Oh, yeah.
And, just the whole shot of them, like, coming up out of the clouds and boosting off because Nox and the other girl, I forgot what her name was, stole that little map from the big pig man.
I'm just so surprised at how profane that game is, man.
Yeah.
I was just shocked. That's why I was so confused. I'm like, this looks like Beyond Good and Evil, but that's not what I remember from the original. But
yeah,
I digress.
Number 3, Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, that made your top 3, man. So you were that blown away from it, huh?
I really liked it. To me, it looks. You can argue this all you want. It's definitely got an Arkham feel to it.
Yeah, definitely.
And I feel like that's a good. It's a good system for superhero games. I don't know how else you could do them with any other superheroes besides Spider-Man and Batman, but
maybe like a Thor hack and slash.
Yeah.
Or something.
That game looks really fun. I don't know. It just it intrigued me a little bit.
It looked like Arkham with the mechanics of Spider-Man 2 web slinging. The web slinging looked just like Spider-Man 2 or Spider-Man 3, whichever one. Those both had good web slinging mechanics.
And it just looked good. It had the humor. I'd love to play it.
Yeah, good choice.
Number 2
Uh-oh.
is Mario Odyssey.
Oh, man, look at that.
Yeah, that was
That just made the list today.
Yes, it did. I watched. It made the list during their Treehouse Live afterwards
Okay.
because they kind of showed a little bit, and then they showed a guy playing for like 30 minutes, and that game looks so much fun.
Oh, good. I'm excited for it.
He was like, there's a part where he's throwing the hat, and whatever you throw the hat on, you can kind of turn into. And I mean, you'll see it when you watch it, but
I saw some of the gameplay.
It just looks so good.
It looks like it's kind of quick and all over the place, which is fun.
I'm really excited to play it. They showed a couple different worlds that you could go through, and I don't know, it's
the real deal.
I'm
It's Mario, man. Can't go wrong.
I'm gonna get that day one,
Ooh.
which is 10/27, and I'm also getting my number 1 game.
Oh dear. How did I know? How
It's
did I know
Assassin's
number
Creed.
1 was Assassin's Creed? It looked good.
I think if it was any other setting,
Yeah.
I would have been like, maybe not as high on the list. But man, just watching that being played, and they changed up everything. It's pretty much going to be a new experience.
Yep.
Something that you already know what it is, but
You
it's a
love
different
what it
experience.
is.
Yeah. And during a live stream of that, they did confirm there are viewpoint towers.
Oh dear.
So the way that they described it is the map is kind of, you got the fog of war or whatever. Wherever you go opens it up. So if you just took a straight line through the middle of it, that would be opened up for you, and the
Then the viewpoints kind of expanded out.
Yeah.
I like that though.
Me too.
That way you're not confined to just the viewpoints.
But that is my top 10. I don't know. I'm stuck on Assassins. I don't know why, but it looks super good.
Looks super good. What are your top 3, top 5, top 10, whatever you want to put in the comments?
Just throw them down there.
Put them down there below.
Put your top 50 games.
Top 50, that's a lot.
If somebody does
were
top
there
50
games? Yeah, that'd be insane.
Microsoft did 42.
I challenge you, Danny. Top 50 games. 2017.
If you can put top
David Speak.
50 games, I will make you I don't know. I'll make you something and we'll hang it up over here.
Make you something. You'll get it.
We'll make you something.
Yes, sir. Well, let's talk about it. We'll wrap this podcast up real quick. E3 2017 came and went. We still got a couple days left, but at this point, most of the major reveals are over. As a whole, I want to hear your thoughts. What did you think of the conference? Just as a whole.
Write these down.
Were you excited? Were you overwhelmed with joy, or were you just kind of meh?
I was excited. I always am excited come E3. It's just a good time to, everybody to get together, and, the community on Twitter and everything, everybody just flips when something big happens.
Oh, yeah.
And it just becomes like a phenomenon overnight.
Yeah.
People that have no idea what E3 is, I feel like they're kind of getting into it a little bit more. And it's exciting to see. They always, do. Let me say this. I've seen this posted a lot of times when we're talking about different conferences and different developers and everything. When they say like who wins, who won, who you thought won. I think we're the winners.
Oh yeah.
Everybody that plays these games.
Yeah. I don't think it really comes down to one conference
There's
over
so
the other.
much. I mean, sure, there's some conferences are better than others, but I mean, if you have the opportunity and you can, there's so many games for you to play and enjoy.
Yeah. And if anything, it opens the door in your mindset to go outside of just your one console. Kind of like we watched the Xbox conference, which we were the most excited for because we're primarily Xbox players. But then we got over to the PlayStation side, and we were still just as excited to sit down and watch that as we were to the Microsoft. It's just because it gives you a reason to want to get a PlayStation, gives you a reason to want to play a game on PC, just because, like you said, we as the gamers, we do win because we get to see all these great, like, hopefully good IPs that are coming out. I will say this is a special conference in my mind because it's the first one that we've ever covered. You would have told this to my 13-year-old self, and I would have just punched you in the face with excitement and been like, "What? You're going to do this when you're older?" So it's always going to strike a chord in my book, and I'm extremely grateful for everybody that joined us during the stream. And we're going to do it again next year. We're going to cover a couple more, maybe Gamescom, you name it. But as a conference, though, I think it was a little bit on the meh side. It's not like that it was bad. I just think we didn't have much this year like we did, like, say, last year, just in terms of the major announcements. Not that it's not a bad thing. I think we had a lot of great games come out of this conference that I'm really looking forward to, but nothing that I'm really just, like, dying to have right now, except for, like, maybe my top 5 games. Yeah. Which, if anything, that's probably what I should be excited about coming out of conference. I should want to have at least 5 games. Yeah. So I thought it was a great conference. It had some meh moments, especially on the Bethesda side. I think they just kind of let me down a little bit. I would have liked to seen some Red Dead and a couple other titles. But hey, man, the year is still very young. You still got all these conferences coming up. There's going to be so many more game announcements as the year goes on. But that's what I thought of the conference. Yeah. So I don't know if you have anything else to add there, or I'm not going to give a clear conference winner just because I gave my ratings and they can speak for themselves. I think some of my viewpoints have changed since we've done those ratings. I mean, there's certain things I like more than others, but
yeah. I think if we had to go back and rate them, I think I'd rate them a little bit differently.
Yes,
but they'd pretty much be similar because we really didn't have a way to put Nintendo in there.
Yeah.
Obviously, they didn't really do a conference; they did something else. But
I will say each conference was like uniquely different, and it started with the boredom from EA.
Yeah.
Was next with the big hype from Xbox, and then Bethesda had the most unique in terms of Bethesda and Devolver in terms of a showcase.
Yeah, definitely.
And then Ubisoft, PlayStation just brought it home with the classic E3 presentation. I think PlayStation had the best in terms of they just didn't say anything. I like that. I like that we just they got there and. Hey, here's some games.
Yeah.
Here's some ambiance.
That's a lot of, the thing that kind of dulls down E3 is whenever, you get up there and you hear the exact same thing from other people every year. Here's a racing title. Here's a brand new car. Here it is. Yeah. Yep. And then, you get people like, what was that game called? The Tale with the 2 guys in jail.
I forget what it's called.
A Way Out, maybe.
Yeah, I think I have it. Yeah, it's A Way Out.
Well, like to see like developers get up there and like it's something that they've poured their heart into. It's really refreshing to see, and I feel like that's not it's a little bit it's a whole lot easier to watch.
Yeah.
Than just somebody coming up there and be like, hey, we made a racing game.
Yeah, we sold this.
We've got this game. We've sold this much, blah, blah, blah. Well, the
industry is evolving.
It is.
It's a consumer's market, and they want to consume now, and they want to consume fast. That's just how we are geared, and I think they're starting to figure it out. The marketing guys, the marketing geniuses. That's back-to-back years. PlayStation's literally not said a single thing, but the games. Yep. Here you go. And Microsoft picked up on it this year, too, with the exception of their Porsche 911.
Yeah.
Whatever that was. But, no, I'm excited. It was a great E3. It could have been better, I feel.
I think next year's going to be
Next year's going to be insane.
Yeah.
You're going to probably see some Elder Scrolls. Red Dead will probably be out at that point.
Yeah, Elder Scrolls will probably see
Last
some
of
sort
Us,
of Red Dead stuff.
Halo.
Last of Us.
You're going to have some major titles at next year's E3, so only looking forward to that more, and only looking forward to having you back for more.
Yes.
So, I'll just go ahead and wrap this whole thing up. I mean, this has been probably a long podcast. I don't know until I stitch it together.
Okay.
But like I said, if you didn't know, this has been the Game Misconduct podcast, episode number 35. A little bit different.
A little bit.
Than normal. Normally, there's more than 2 of us, and normally it's not split into different random topics. But you can download this podcast on any of the major podcasting websites, with the exception of Spotify. You can also watch it over on youtube.com/Game Misconduct. Not this week. We normally part it out 1 through 3 and release the full thing on Thursday. But this week we're just throwing it out there. Yeah. With the exception of Top 10 Tuesday, I'll split that up. But also, if you want to follow us over on social media, Johnny's running that. It is what?
At Gamer Misconduct.
He actually live streamed or live tweeted the whole Nintendo stream today, which we mentioned at one point in the podcast. So that was fun. What is your Twitter handle, sir?
Mine is Johnny Pickles 89.
And mine is at Tony Crosno. I actually switched it up. It's down in the description below. I haven't got to say that yet on a podcast yet. But yeah, at Tony Crosno. That is actually my last name, if you did not know it. Now you do.
What?
Yes. Can you believe it? There will be no Suicide Squad reading this week because Alan's not here. Alan or Landon. So, unfortunately, we're just going to wrap this thing up. But I'm going to say one more time, thank you so much. This has been a dream come true. Being able to... It's been a lot of work. I'm probably the most tired I've been in a long time since Extra Life. But it was totally worth it.
It was worth it.
It was hours on end crammed up in this room with Johnny Pickles here, and it was still some of the most fun stuff I've done in a long time.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you have anything you want to say? Or
Just thank you to everybody that tuned in. Be sure to, just stick with us the rest of the year. We'll probably do Gamescom.
Yep.
Might do the video game awards.
You just
You never know.
You never know.
We're also doing Extra Life again. So
Yeah, Extra Life's coming up. We'll start talking about that here in a couple months. But
just stay tuned and
yeah.
thank you. Thank you.
Thanks for watching and listening. See you next week.